7 ways to make your song sound really good right now. Number 1, get in tune. Pay attention to your tuning. Be really, really present with your tuning. Use some tips and tricks to get your tune in line. That's going to improve things straight away. If you can't get in tune because the song is too high for you, then pick a different song. But if there's some bits that go flat, you can check that by just recording yourself on your phone. Really have a look at that, okay? So training the voice helps the voice to get in tune. But just quickly, something that you can do straight away is try and get in tune on the consonant instead of the vowel. So for example, if you were singing the word like C, all right? It's too late. If you've already sung most of that word and then you try and tune yourself right at the very last minute, that note's going to come out as flat. So you go kind of like C. Most of that was flat, right? But if you get in tune on the consonant, on the S, C, it's in tune for the whole of that note. So that's something you can correct right away. Also, just slowing down and being really present with your tuning and recording it and playing it back, but I probably already said that. Number 2, reverse engineer the strongest parts of your song, all right? And do that in the other parts of the song. So for example, where you happen to get a line in your song that comes out really well, keep singing that line. Get your voice used to singing really, really well. Have a look at what you're doing. What is it? How am I singing that? Why is that coming out so well? Is it to do with the shapes of the words, the shapes of the consonants? Is it because it's a soft part of the song? Is it because it's a particular emotion that you're embodying? Is it because the melody does a certain thing? Like, try and apply what you're doing in that really strong part of the song to other parts of the song, and allow that to help you. Let that be the benchmark or the standard that you set for yourself, and then everything else kind of flows from that. Number 3, find your strongest or most beautiful vowel. We all know that I love an E, the vowel E, that is. A nice wee, a wee, wee, wee. Now, your strong vowel might be an oo, or it might be an e, or it might be an ah. Whatever suits your singing voice, whatever's fully resonant. We all have our favourite vowels or our favourite words to sing. Take the song, take the words out, sing the whole melody of that song, but on your chosen preferred vowel. So you're then warming up the resonance. You're warming up the colour. You're getting used to singing that whole song with a colourful tone. And then sort of establish that and then put the words back in, see if that improves. Number 4, add more energy, and don't be afraid to add more energy. Don't run up to a word and then back off when really you need to keep going. There was a famous opera singer called Giuseppe Venuti, and he said, if you're going to make a mistake, make sure that it's loud. Now, I always say to my students, the practice isn't getting it right straight away. The practice is having the guts to go for that note. Like, just go for it. If it's going to be wrong, let it be loud and wrong, because at least then you have the practice of going into that note instead of backing away from it. A lot of the time, our vocal problems, like the fundamental problems that we have when we're trying to sing a song and it just doesn't sound very good, is because we're under energizing the voice. We're not sort of shooting for those notes. We're kind of being a little bit standoffish and apologetic, or we are so scared of getting it wrong that we think that being a bit quieter is going to sort of somehow make the wrongness better, and it doesn't. Like, to make the wrongness better, at least like deliver it confidently and like overshoot a little bit, you know. I so many times have students who say to me, you know, the reason I'm singing better now is because I've been given permission to sing out. Like having a teacher just say to you, just try it louder. And they do, and it's kind of like, oh, now because I'm allowed to just sing out and be a bit more passionate and a bit louder and overshoot and add energy, like go over the top, You know, stand in front of the mirror, be a bit dramatic, be a bit silly. Like, just don't take yourself so seriously. Embody the emotions, but in a characterful and over exaggerated way. The way a stage actor has to make everything bigger than a TV actor, right? Because obviously stage actor is far away, we can't really see what's going on in the facial expressions unless they're big. It's the same with singing. We're listening to a singer, we need to have things done a little bit bigger and more over dramatized, so that the confidence and the energy and the emotions come through in the voice. Doing that also helps you to reach notes that you feel like are out of your reach as well. So just use more energy, use drama, passion, just have some fun, even if it's kind of like in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way. Number 5, be fully present in each phrase. So just sit down with yourself, just take a passage or phrase or a line and just get inside it. Don't skim over it because you're kind of looking forward to the next bit, or, you know, because this phrase is like, you kind of not enjoying it or something like that. It's like, okay, if it's not working, if I get inside the phrase, how can I make myself enjoy singing that phrase? Like I do with all the other phrases in the song, you know? And it might involve you changing up the melody a little bit, just, you know, changing things, letting it come out in a different kind of way that's not like the original. Have a listen to some covers, have a listen to other singers' delivery of those songs that you're trying to sing. It's not just about how the original artist delivered those songs. You know, just try and increase your own enjoyment of the parts of the song that you're not quite feeling. Again, you can take some of the other lines and reverse engineer it. Why am I really enjoying this line here? And why am I not quite feeling this line? What's missing here? And try and find out what it is. You know, quite often we need to change the key, put the key a bit higher so it's a bit more strident, a bit more exciting. Sometimes we need to change the phrasing up, have it a little bit more speech-like, or, you know, maybe not hang on to this note for so long, maybe clip it and make it a little bit more casual, but just let yourself play around, let yourself improvise. Number 6, something really crucial that people miss. Pick songs that already sound alright, they're already coming out okay. We all know that the songs that we sing that kind of come out like, wow, all right, I'm surprised at myself, that sounded pretty good. And then other ones where it's like, no matter what I do, I just can't sing this song. You know, just for now, leave those ones, pick something that already suits your voice, that's already for you. You don't have to go for the most challenging song. Have something that's in a smaller range, you know? It's not about choosing the hardest, most challenging pieces. Like, I always hear people say, like, well, this song is like really out of my reach right now, but it's a challenge, at least I'm challenging myself. And it's like, well, if you're the type of person who thrives off a constant challenge, which not many people can do that without getting disheartened at some point. No, fair enough, but most people, it's like, give yourself a break as well. Okay, yes, you're working on the challenging songs, but the challenging ones should be the smaller part of your repertoire. You want the bulk of your repertoire to be ones that you can already kind of easily deliver, and then you can improve upon those by using all of the other points. Number 7, find the speaking voice. Now, I always talk about this, but it's so important. If you're singing songs that are in the airy part of the voice, or a part of the voice that is kind of unnatural, like it's too low, you know, and you can't get the right tone, or it's too high, you can't get any strength into it, unless you're trying to sing it in a really soft, wispy way, which is fair enough. But like, use the parts of your voice that have a good quality to them already, you know, sort of roundabout where I'm speaking works, and a little bit higher, and then higher up again where it goes a little bit lighter. Just find areas of the voice that kind of already work quite well. Try and bring the speaking voice up a little bit higher than you normally can. It's going to improve the overall tone and give you more options. If you're kind of stuck in like the sort of the singing voice, like, and it's very different to the speaking voice. It's like kind of weak and not really related to your singing voice. Either try singing something lower or just stop trying to be in singing mode and get into speech mode first, so that you can find a bit of strength in the tone. So if it's kind of coming out like la 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 la, like that, it's like, well, I don't speak like that, so can I do that in my speaking voice? La 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 la. That's in my speaking voice now. La 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 la. Even if you do it in your sort of native accent, you know, so it really feels like speaking, so it literally is, you know, or just do it lower. So what I'm trying to say is don't, just try and avoid the thing that tends to happen to people, which is they have their normal speaking tone and then they have the singing voice, which is kind of separate and sometimes a bit weird. Like, it shouldn't be too far away from your speaking tone, unless you've got a very special tone that you're deliberately choosing and it's airy or really dark or whatever, then fair enough. But most people benefit from kind of tapping into the speaking tone, like this sort of tone, just a little bit higher up as well, and it makes delivery of songs just much easier. Obviously it's easier said than done, that one, but there's plenty of exercises and ways of getting into that I've posted on my channel, so you can go back and look at some of those. Hope you got something from this video, whether you're a beginner or intermediate or advanced. Thank you very much and see you next time.